Good morning, my name is Irma Alvarez Vasquez and my student ID is 2033. In this case, this video is because I'm going to show how to do this practice, that is the practice number 1 of Thorn. But first of all, we have to open the folder where the software is. So we're going to open it and then go to Thorn and take this and move it to there. So our software is going to be open. And then for the beginning of our practice, we have to declare the measures of the where work is going to be done. So I have to declare the size of our billet because then I can see it. Yeah. Now we have to write this part, that is the billet part, and write the x. The x here we only use the half of the measures that we have. The x is from the vertical way and the c is for the horizontal way. So for the vertical we have a 91, but the half is 45.5, but we are going to use 50 because I want to have a little bit more space than the specific one. So I have to write 50 in the x, and now in the c we have 60, but here the indications of the practice says that we have to use the tool with a size of 6 millimeters, so we have to add that. So we have to write in the C 66. And now for this practice, I am going to use 3 tools, so I have to declare the 3 tools. To left to 1, now to left T2, and to left T3. After that, we can start our code. Here, for to indicate every line or each line for the process, we have to write an n at the beginning and then write a number 10 by 10 so we can have a space if we get wrong in any part of it. In the N10, we have to write the G21, that it's a code that I am going to explain below. And now a G99. And now for the code of G21 and G99, the G21 is for the start of metric units, and the G99 is for the velocity of the process. Now after that, we have to add also the N, now the 20, and the G28. The G28 code is for the home of the machine, for the tool. So the tool is going to be back to the home part. And now N30, oops, here. N30, and now in the N30, we have to declare the tool M06 T1. The code M06 is for the tool change, as you can see. And now N40, I'm sorry, I forgot to change the part. Now N40, after that, I have to indicate to use the code M03, and that is for the beginning of the turning of the thorn here. And we have to indicate also a velocity. We're going to write a velocity of 3000. And now in the 350, I'm going to write a GOO. This code means a very faster positioning of the tool. And I am going to put it in the X45.5, that is this part, the highest point of the piece, we are going to use x 45.5 and a c of 1. So in this case, the tool is not going to touch our piece or space to work. And now N60, in the N60, we're going to use the G71 code. This code means the cycle of the Thorn machine. And now we are going to use the part of U1 air 0.5. This works for the tool to how much is going to be inside of the piece and then how much is going to get back. And now the N70, we're going to use also G71. And now here we're going to write P80 because the 80 means the number that we're going to, the line number where our code starts. And now after that, the letter Q, but the Q is for to indicate where our cycle ends. So I'm not going to write any number there yet. And now the UB1 and W1 and F0.1, because in the indications of the practice here says that we have to let a 1 millimeter tolerance in the piece. So that means that part. And now the N80, we are going to write a G00 X0 for a very fast movement because our piece starts here, so it doesn't start like here. So we have to position in the 0 part. And now also the G01. G01 is for a very normal movement, so it's not a very faster. And now I am going to put it in CO also, so it's not going to touch any part of the piece yet. And now 100, and we're going to use here where our practice or piece is going to be created. As you can see here in the part, we have a half of the circle, and it's made of the counterclockwise side. So for that part, we have a code that is here, G03, that is for the counterclockwise sense. So we're going to write here G03. And now the measures that we are going to use is only the half. So here we have a 10. We're going to use only X5. C, here we have the size that is 5. Minus 5 because we're going to use it from this side. If it's from the left side, is minus or is negative. If it's from the left side, is going to be positive. And with a radius of 5. And now in 110, here this circle is for the clockwise side. So we are going to use the G02, that is for the clockwise sense. And now G02. And here we're going to use also the half, X15, C minus 15 also, minus 15. And we have to, here we are going only to use a radius of 10 because the size from the middle, from here is 30, but we are going to subtract the 5 from this other circle. So we are going to use only 10. And we're going to write only the radius of 10. And now in 120, we're going to use also another one From the counterclockwise, as I said, is GO3. And we're going to use an x of 30, x30, c minus 30 also. And the radius that we are going to use here is, here we have 15 until the moment, and now here we have 30. So we are going to use a radius of 15. Now in 130, we have also another one for the clockwise, and for the clockwise we say that was GO2. And now for it, we have a 70, and the half is 35, so it's x 35, c minus 35 also, and a radius of 5. Yeah. Now in 140, we have a counterclockwise, counterclockwise. Now it's another counterclockwise, and is GO3, that is this part. And it has size of 76. The half is x 38, c minus 38 also, and the radius that we are going to use here is 3. Yes, 3. Now in 150, it's a GO2 because it's for the clockwise, GO2, and we have an x of 43. So we're going to use an x 43, c minus 43, 43, and a radius of 5. Yep, radius of 5. Yes. And now in 160, we have the last one, that is the counterclockwise, that is GO3, and we have an x of 45.5, a c of minus 45.5, I'm sorry, I had to attend a call. So yeah, I was in the GO3 part, that it's the x 45.5, c minus 45.5. And here we're going to use only a radius of 2.55 per here. Radius of 2.5. Now in 170, and we're going to use it. Let's check if we have it up. It's the counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise, and counterclockwise. Okay, here, as we are going to do this part, we have a linear movement, so we are going to use the GO1 as we used it before, but now we're going to indicate that it's from the x 45.5 until the part that is the, let me do it in a 2 movements. Well, no, it's okay. G minus 60. And now 180, we are going to go to the x50, so we have no any problems with the tool that could the or piece or something like that. We're going to put X50, and now we're going to indicate the tool to get back to the home part. So we're going to use the G28, that is UB0, W0, and now N200, and well, here we can finally end the part of the Q. So we're going to write it until N190. So we can get back here and 100, 190. That is for the first part. For the first tool, for the one with tolerance. And now here we can declare the tool number 2. And we have the code MO6, also again MO6, that as I said here before is for the tool change. And we have to add also another speed, that is speed of 3000, yeah, 3210, and a GOO XO, so we don't touch the piece, and we go to the beginning again, and now enter to 220, and we add the GO1 C1, so we also still without touching the piece. And now here we have to add a G70, so we can repeat a process. And as is the part of for the finishing, we can write the P80 because it's the same point, so we don't write the full code again. We can use it PQ and Q, P80 and Q190 with UV1 and W1, and then FO0. And as I put the 0 in the F, we are not going to have any tolerance, and our piece is going to be ready. And now in this part is going to be to the G28, so we'd also get back to home the tool, and now enter 150. And here we're going to declare the another tools that we are going to use, MO6, again tool 3, and here we're going to add the MO3 for the movement and a speed of 3000. And 270. And after this, we're going to write also the G00, but now we're going to use the X45.5 because we're not going to start from here. We are going to make the cut. So we can go to the top, and now and 280, and we're going to do the GO1 C minus 36 because it's for the good part, 66, and 290, and go to the X1, so it's going to be here like in the middle, so it's going to be cut. And now we're going to get back to the X50 and 310. We're going to indicate the MO5 that code is MO5 is for the stop this part. And now N320 G28, so the tool is going to get back for the home part, And now N33, M30. The M30 works for the here for ends the program on the cycle of turn. And now with the function and plus the F9, we're going to set the toolings. The tool number 1, we're going to use that one, the tool number 14. And here we're going to use in the tool number 5. And the tool number 2, we're going to use the finishing tool that corresponds to the tool 15. And the third one is going to be the cut. That is the tool of 6 millimeters. Here, 6 millimeter groving tool. And now also function plus F9. And we can run the program. So we can see how our piece is going to be done. That is the first part, the first code with the tool number 1. And now it's going to start the part with the finishing tool. As you can see, we have a better view of the piece. And now that's the part where the piece is going to be cut. And there you go. That's the final piece. And now with also function and F9, if we go to the 3D view, that is how our piece is going to be, or is going to look. And that will be it. And thank you for watching.